All right, guys, it is nighttime, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to do the demo for the Red Apple Fireworks Black Friday Party Box Assortment. We're going to start off just basically doing all of the fountains. We're going to move into the aerials that are in here, and then we're going to finish it off by giving you a finale with the all-nighter after we go through the Party Max artillery shells. Alright, so we are going to start with these snaps. It is the Kids Table 50 snaps. This is our 50 count poppets or snaps. As you can see, I did go ahead and already pull them out of the bag for y'all, so we can go ahead and jump straight into these and not waste a lot of time. We're going to go ahead, we're going to grab 3 of these. We're going to go ahead and throw every single one of them at the same time. As you can see, nothing too crazy. We're going to go ahead and we're going to throw 2 more. But as you can see there, pretty simple, traditional, very good snaps. I definitely enjoy these ones really well. You don't have to put a lot of effort into these ones. You could probably take these ones and just kind of lob them very slowly, and every single one of them will pop pretty well. But let's go ahead and jump to the next item. All right, so to start, we're going to begin with the confetti box fountain. Pretty small little 10-second box fountain. Let's see what we got. Very quick. Definitely meets that 10-second. So let's go ahead. We'll light the second one. This one's at a bit of an angle. We're just going to go ahead. We're going to push through it. Anyway, shouldn't give us too big of an issue. Now this is the second confetti fountain. Very good little box fountains. They actually got some pretty good height on them. I'd probably say they're in the area of about 6 foot, maybe even 7 feet. Let's move to the next one. All right, up next, we're going to go ahead and we're going to take a look at the festival fountain, up to 15 seconds. This is another box fountain. So let's light it up and see what we got. A lot of good colors on that one. I really enjoyed it. Definitely one of the top performing box fountains for this size as well as for this length. Very good fountain. Really enjoyed that one. Let's move on to the next stuff. Up next, we have the Shindig fountain. This is going to be another quick one. Last up to 10 seconds. Very, very hard start off on that one. Not sure if that one was a malfunction or not, but we're going to move into the second one of it. Ended up knocking that first one over, so let's actually bury this one into the ground a little bit. So maybe we can get a better one with this Shindig fountain. Oh yeah, there's a reason why that fell over that first time. That has a lot of force coming out of that actual fountain. That is very good. Even though it's very quick, that has a lot of violence to it. Let's move to the next item. All right, for the next fountain, we're going to go over the green Party Time fountain. this one does last up to 15 seconds. Now these are having some really good height on them. Cannot complain about the height. So up next we're going to go over the orange Party Time fountain. That was definitely the best one so far. It had a lot of crackles to it. Like I said, that one was the orange Party Time fountain. Let's move on to the next two Party Times. All right, for the third Party Time fountain, we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna light the purple one. It's another 15-second Party Time fountain. Man, that thing had some height to it right there. That was easily 15 feet. Yeah, these Party Time fountains are extremely violent for what they are. Cannot complain one bit on these at all. Up next, we have the pink Party Time fountain. Definitely we suggest doing them in that order. If you get these assortments, I think we hit pay dirt on that. So if you do get this assortment, I definitely recommend from weakest to most intense, going green, orange, purple, and then pink last for these Party Time fountains. Those were definitely really good. All right, up next, we're going to go over the Bachelorette Party fountain, another 15-second fountain from the assortment. So let's check it out. Very short, not a whole lot to that one. Definitely had really good height on it. But we're going to move directly into the Bachelor Party fountain. Hopefully this one doesn't knock down. These are really light fountains. Yeah, another very, very light fountain. Not a whole lot of intensity. Definitely my favorite one so far is going to be the 4 Party Times. Let's go ahead and clean up this mess and restart the shooting platform. All right, up next we have the House Party fountain. I did bury the base into the ground a little bit on this one because it was a little bit top heavy. Definitely probably one of the fastest, but definitely the highest one so far. Just got that single tube on that right side, just like the rest of them. Definitely can't complain about it. I'd probably say that was a good 15, close to 20 maybe in height. Move on to our next item. All right, for the next item, this is going to be our fountain aerial hybrid. This is the Celebration fountain. We are going to bury that base just a little bit, just so it does not tip over on us. Let's make sure we get that around it. Light this off and see what we got. That one was pretty cool. Very nice mine right there at the end of it. That was really nice. A perfect way to move into our aerial cakes. All right, we're going to start off with the actual aerials, and we're going to do the Happy Birthday 25 shot Saturn missile battery. Those things definitely last a long time, and unfortunately, we still have one more of those to do. Got some debris coming around. We got a few of them, or it looks like at least one of them that did not fire, so we're just going to leave that alone. Up next, we have our Congrats 100 shot whistling missile barrage. These are in a clay mold, but unfortunately with this one, as you can see right here, we have a very short fuse, so we're going to see if we can get this lit and get back in time on it. All right, so we couldn't get it to light with the lighter, so we went ahead, brought in the reinforcements, bringing the blowtorch. Nice little finale right there at the end. A lot louder than the rest of them, unfortunately, with these Saturn missile barrages. They actually last a very long time. And as you can see, we actually had every single one of those fire off. So that was a very good Saturn barrage. Let's move on, see what we got next. All right, up next we have our 48 shot birthday cake candles. This is going to be our color pearl. All right, so most of those were actually going off 2, 3, and some even 4 at a time. Didn't get a whole lot of height out of these ones, unfortunately. Still a pretty good color pearl. Let's move on to the next one. All right, up next we have the Block Party 36 shot, which is a, I believe, happy cake. Pretty good. I definitely say we had a couple that landed on the ground and actually didn't go up as high as they should have as we walk back up here and check this out. But as you can see, it looks like they all went. Had a really nice little finale right there at the end. But let's move on to some bigger stuff. All right, so since we're going to go ahead and do the Party Max first, what we're going to do is we're going to take our tried and true Ninja shells, since these are very, very similar. If you remember these are kind of like our mini cans or new style festival balls, if you will, and compare it directly to the Party Max and see exactly how close these are to each other. So the first one is going to be the Ninjas, and the rest of them will be Party Max. All right, so this is going to be our Ninja. As you can see, we are using the Party Max tube. Unfortunately, the Ninja tube is a little messed up, so we went ahead and attached a leader fuse to it. So we're going to have a little bit of a longer burn as we back up. That's just so we can get down in there and actually get that fuse lit. All right, and as you can see for the actual Party Max, this is going to be the number 1 shell, but we have more than enough fuse on these since it is made for this tube. So let's go ahead and light off number 1. That launch was great. Let's move on to number 2. All right, as you can see for the next one from Red Apple for the Party Max, we have shell number 2. Let's get that down in there and get it lit off. Beautiful green. Let's get on to number 3. For the third one, as you see, we have shell number 3. A lot of colors in that one. Looked like we had a lot of red, green, and blue in there. Let's move on to shell 4. Up next is, as I said, shell number 4 for the Party Max Festival balls. Definitely when you're doing these, make sure those shells are going all the way down. Very beautiful gold and silver on that one. I like that. That was probably my favorite one so far. Let's move on to shell 5. All right, and as I said, shell number 5 for Party Max. If you guys can't see that because of the light, I do apologize about that. Beautiful, beautiful glitter effect. I'll take that back. I think number 5 is my new favorite, and number 4 is going to be number 2. And last but not least, we have shell number 6. After this one, we're going to go ahead. We're going to take the all-nighter. We're going to fuse it up, have a 6-shot finale for you. A lot of goldish, almost orange. Let's move on to that finale. All right, as promised, we're going to do a quick little 6-shot finale with those all-nighter shells. We do have a good little leader fuse on there, so we can have plenty of time to get back before they start going off. Very beautiful. That black was absolutely crackling. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Let's head back to the smoke pit. All right, as promised, we are back at the fire pit. And I don't usually do this, but if you have made it this far in the video, make sure that y'all are liking and subscribing. The more people that we can get to be a part of this family, the more videos we can actually keep producing. So with that said, For those of y'all who have never seen these series of videos that I am doing, for every firework product and assortment, I do like to come back to the fire pit to give my honest opinion and some pros and cons on each product. Now, with this assortment, fortunately for the channel, there are not that many cons, but we will start with a few. One of them being, I think we got too many boxes of poppets. 10 boxes is a little much, and I think we should have only gotten 5. And I think the other 5 boxes should have been replaced with some smoke. I would like to see more fireworks companies taking advantage of smoke as a novelty item, but just the little smoke balls, the little 6-packs. I think that would have been a very good replacement for this assortment. So Red Apple Fireworks, if you guys are watching this, because I know y'all have seen my videos before, I would absolutely love to see some smoke incorporated into this assortment. Moving on to the next con, that being the longevity of the fountains. There are a lot of fountains in this assortment, and I think we were going through them relatively quick, even lighting them off one at a time in a pretty slow pace. And I think that is because the fountains at most were only 15 seconds long. Now, I do think that a good way to get past this would be to increase the time of some of these fountains by anywhere between 5 and 10 seconds, even if that meant that the cost of this assortment went up by $5 or $10. I know here on this channel, Wiregrass Pyro, we would be absolutely okay with that price increase if we could get some fountains that actually lasted longer than 15 seconds. I think 20 to 25 seconds would be a gold standard for a few assortments. Now, those box fountains, I'm okay with them being the time that they are, but some of these larger fountains like the Bachelor and the Bachelorette Party, I think could have been a little longer, as well as the Shindig fountains. Now, those I actually think were incredibly fast for what they had. That initial burst definitely stole a lot of time from that fountain. So something a little slower burning would definitely go a long way with this assortment. But let's talk a gradable number. Even with those few cons, I absolutely loved this assortment. This is extremely budget friendly for any pyro. No matter if you only want to get a few things or if you want to get a lot, I think this assortment is absolutely worth the money. So with that said, I will give this assortment a 9 out of 10. It gets an absolute A. It is a 100% pass. Definitely a good assortment, but let me know what you guys think down below. Make sure you guys are practicing safe fireworks and have a blast.